Mordred,
Yeah.
you awake, and it's a day of clear skies and brilliant sunshine,
All right. Uh,
and the waft of the latrine pit hits your nostril.
hmm. All right. I'm gonna go check up on our my new employees, I guess you should call them.
Indentured servants,
Yeah,
peasants,
our
fucking
new friends,
starving people.
serfs,
I'm
something
still
like
like
that.
holding open the door that we could just sell everybody for slaves if we need money that bad.
No, I'm paying them. It's fine.
No, we don't need money. We need people.
But yeah, I go to check on the hunter guys, see how they're doing.
They're already up.
Okay.
Seem to be tending their horses.
He'll have Dame Thalash like, hey, you were training them yesterday. Let's pick the 6 best people out of that group, and we'll send them with them.
She rolls her eyes very slightly and then identifies.
None of my farmers, please.
Hopefully, we didn't train any farmers. Or like the inns, like the inn people who like.
Yeah, no, I'm guessing people who are otherwise of limited use at this point in time. I was guessing.
Right.
Candidate pool, should we say?
Yeah.
Yeah. We are Imre and I are ready. If you have your 6.
Yes, I believe the good dame here has a list of people.
So, who are you sending with them?
Like I said, basically whoever performed the best yesterday when we were training.
So hand-eye coordination who are not farmers, basically.
Yeah, basically. So pick 6 random people out of there, and send them with them. I give them the 50 of the 100 gold I promised, and say that the rest when you get back. And I'm a man of my word.
Yeah, good. We and then when we come back, we will have some furs and some meat, and then we will talk a price then.
Yes, we'll talk price on those furs and meat as well.
I think you have many mouths to feed,
We do.
Come, Imre, let us enjoy one of the last days of sun. And he looks at you.
Oh boy, oh boy.
When Mordred kind of leaves them to their business, he looks to Drick and he says, I want you to follow them. I want to see how good these guys really are and if I can trust them to properly train our people. I would appreciate if you just keep an eye on them.
Okay.
Also, let me know if they're going to be a problem to our... even though we're getting out of the arrangement with the Fae somewhat, we still need to keep an eye on to make sure they won't tick them off,
Okay. Okay. What's his movement speed?
He can fly 50 feet.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah, he can turn invisible.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Anything you wish to do this day? Same question to Alara.
I will get the farmers off on another grain expedition.
Okay.
And then I will head off and try and map the north hex.
Okay.
Julian disguises himself
Sorry,
as a clean
my
version
internet.
of himself.
Messed up. Anyway, let's see. The food situation is getting handled. I might send Dame Thalash to do a little hunting herself, just in case. I don't know. What else do we have a problem with right now?
Well, food
Anything
is.
else?
I mean, you've got grain, so you now have a stock that you can dip into, but you are having to feed 65 people a day. So,
And also, we want to have some seed grain for next year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't know where Master Lucio got that bread and honey from. No idea at all.
Well, Dame Thalash could take what's his name, the big guy, with some of the farmers and try and collect some more grain so we can have some.
I
people
already
stock-
sent them out.
Done that.
Okay, good.
Oh.
Then, yeah, I guess just hunting. Just get more food, put it in some storage because winter's coming, and anything else we can gather is going to be nice.
Yes, Ned.
Just being practical.
Yeah.
Winter is coming. Is
Okay.
that going to become your new slogan?
No, I already have my slogan.
Okay.
Plus desserts.
No, Pax per Potestatum.
We're-
Oh, really?
That is the Delisandro family motto.
Interesting.
What is the family
The
motto?
the Atellus family motto is "Fuck, our god died."
What's the family motto of the fuck names? I'm terrible with names.
Von Witz.
It's alright, because I
Of the Viserys.
It's right, because Cameron. What's the one? What's the word I'm looking for?
Oh, that's right. There is one other thing I have to take care of. We're just gonna go looking for Alara.
Yeah.
I need your help with a bit of a task. We
You'd be lucky to
have-
catch her, but yeah.
Is this at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, Audrey?
this would be at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's not going to head off at like 6 o'clock in the morning, but
Yeah.
she'll be gone by 10.
Yeah.
Uh,
So sorry, go.
Yeah, he'll meet with her and say, I know you're a bit of a reasonable tracker and skill, and we're looking for the Lady Melina von Witt. It has been some time since we've heard from her. I've had someone come by saying that her father is wanting a message sent, and if we do manage to get her back here safely, it may actually earn us some benefits for this settlement, which would be nice.
Benefits?
Yes, extra supports financially, and maybe some more direct support from the Lord von Witt.
Oh. Helpful. And? How am I to aid? I have no trail to follow. I have never met the woman.
I believe that she was sent. She was going elsewhere. Was she heading to Serendipity? I believe I could ask. The Iron Wings would know.
The Iron Wings are not here.
What is left? Some of them are. One of them is.
Only Joff. Only Joff. He does
Joff.
listen.
Yeah.
He's a good listener. Not so much a good talker, but he's a good listener.
Yeah, but he might know. I'll ask him. I'll ask. Yeah, we'll go find Joff and ask him where was Melina von Witt heading when she was last year.
Yeah, it's going to the place where all the people from Galt go. Glalton?
I see. Could you provide a description of the Lady von Witt for our tracker friend here? We do need to find her before the next moon.
She I only seen her the once. She may be so high. She sort of. And he. How tall's Alara?
6'1".
Oh, okay. So sort of.
She's actually taller than Joff. Joff is only 6.
Yeah. So how
She's a big elf.
Yeah, how tall's Melina? I thought she's about 5.5 foot. So basically, he'll kind of put his hand slightly uncomfortably near your breast,
chin. Yeah.
and then raise his hand up slightly. She bedworthy. Brown reddish hair. Slightly pointed nose.
Did she have any belongings here, perhaps?
She wore fancy clothing, but muddy.
I suppose that's the best we'll have to go on. How do you think, Alara? Can you go go with that?
I don't know where she was headed. She
Uh,
said town, but I don't know where that is.
She was heading south.
South.
Flamer was saying they had to cross the rivers. And
I can give it a go, but
go past the river.
the new moon's, what, a week and a half away?
Well, if you feel you're unable to track her based on that, then that is fine. I was hoping that I could have something to report by then, but just don't have the manpower, I think.
Yeah. Well. It's not that exactly. It's more. It's more. There's a lot of ground to cover, and I'm not exactly tracking anybody. It'd be dumb luck.
Well,
Claymore went with 10 of us and this lady. There will be a few tracks, maybe.
When?
Yeah. Maybe at the full moon? Yeah.
Best part of a month ago.
No, maybe half.
Half a month.
Once a while.
Has it rained since then?
No.
Heavily?
No.
the hunters did
Tracks
mention this
will be
will be the last
non-existent.
sunny day, however.
As I said, I could give it a go, but I don't expect to find her in that short amount of time.
I will only ask for the attempt then, and whatever you can possibly find, or what possibly became of them, since a month is a very long time to be gone with no word. But I also understand that the exploration is also equally as important, so I will only ask for an attempt.
How many days do you wish to spend? You wish me to spend on this?
Hmm. Three days.
3 days.
I don't
Very well.
expect you to find them, but some sort of information of what became of them.
And should I return with her head on a pike?
That would put a damper on our relationship with the Lord Von Witt.
No doubt.
Still, if that is how you find her, then that is how you find her, unfortunately.
Yes, perhaps if we find her that way, we may not tell him. At least for a while.
I will have to tell him, but it was not my responsibility. It wasn't my responsibility that she died, so I could do nothing.
Yes, perhaps. Very well. I will depart at once.
Okay, so you're no longer doing the Hex of the North. I will move that.
Yep.
Okay, so where are you going?
Suppose I'll head south. How far can I travel in a day? 3 hexes, 4 hexes, or
In a day.
What's your move speed?
60? I've got a horse.
It should be 2 hexes, and if you double move, it's 4 hexes.
Yeah, you'll hit the river though.
He doesn't know where the river is.
True. Okay. So based on their sketch map, which route did you want to take?
Is that the one on the left or the one on the right?
Well, you've got two. You've got access to. They have to. Funny.
Hmm. Well, I will head due south to the river and attempt to find a crossing.
Okay, could you mark, sort of be a stickler, but could you mark out, whichever map you choose to use, mark out the hexes you plan to travel through, as it could be relevant.
Okay. So, and is this town she was headed to on this map
No. But
much further?
you don't know. Yeah. Do you have a knowledge geography skill?
Hell yeah.
Okay. So make a roll on that, and I can at least give you an estimate.
I do need to buy a map of the area.
Okay. You're not 100% sure. You think past here. So you think, looking at this map, there was a mention of Gault. You think Gault would be... Can you see that? Or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so you think Gault's somewhere there. You think... Well, I mean, difficult, but maybe there's the city-state of Niven you've heard of. Should be somewhere there, maybe? Or maybe there? So if this Walton place, which you don't know where it is, it's past either... It's either near Gault, which is down here, or it's... From what the soldier said, it's past Niven, which is down here. It's a fair old way you're talking about.
All right. Well, I will basically say to I think it's like where she's expected to be is at least 3 days travel.
Well,
Easy.
3 days is the time we agreed upon, so guess we can check around there.
Okay. So you want me to travel for 3 days and then come back?
Travel 3 days, ask around town, see if they've seen her, if you can, and if nothing comes up, then return.
Okay. Is there a spare horse around town?
We might have a horse in the barn.
We have a barn now?
Well, you've got a granary.
If there is a horse, which I believe one got shot by an arrow the other day, then yeah, you can take it.
Oh no, the horses ate all the grain.
So you're taking a spare horse with you, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll pack light. And before I go, I will ask if what shall I call it? We have a carpenter, don't we?
You do.
Yes. Well, I will suggest that you get him to make some drying racks for meat.
If we have wood.
You should be able to do that with sticks.
There is some wood left, but
Okay.
Mordred would.
You should be able to harvest that off the tree here and there. That kind of gauge of wood, but yeah.
Well, we'll send some people out to look for some fallen wood. Do what we can, and if not, well, we've got these walls. We could probably take them down.
Okay, Alara. So yeah, like I said, if you mark where you're travelling from the settlement, and then I can guide you appropriately.
So I can do 4 in a day at double speed.
Show me the route you're going. So are you going to keep the Nile marches to your right as you travel, and
Basically, yeah.
then effectively. So what you will find after leaving Benson, you will travel. Okay, so you're going. Oh, okay,
I'm going to go best guess for serendipity.
fine. Okay. So is that directly south from Benson, or slightly sort of southeast first and then Clapham?
I'll ask around first,
No one's got a clue.
but based on this map, that's about what I'm doing. That being said, my guess is that these guys have been overestimating distance, so I'm kind of expecting to be able to do that in a day.
Yes. So what you... Okay. And you're double moving, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you will find is for about 20 miles, it kind of slopes gently downwards, and then then the land starts to rise upwards, and probably reaches its height probably a further 20 miles, and it's kind of dominated by this huge tree which looks dead or mostly dead. And then it slopes down again for about another 10 miles, and then you hit this river.
Okay.
So by your estimates, this map they've got, yeah, it's a bit out, maybe by a hex. They've overestimated by about a hex.
Yeah, cool.
I presume you're literally just looking to travel. You're not doing any more than that.
Also, for the map stuff,
I'll
do
be
keep
looking
in mind...
for like major landmarks, but that's
I'm
about
gonna
it.
head off. I'll see you guys
Oh. Okay.
tomorrow. I need to head off.
Okay, sorry, Pablo, I didn't know. Okay.
I do want to mention for like the map and how inaccurate it is. This was like John Ovu a image that was taken of the last map because we had a different thing we did it on.
We had to switch games, like, basically, on Roll20.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we just drew this on top of that, and then hexes got from one orientation to another.
And there was disagreement as to how the map was managed, so we ended up with two maps. Yeah.
So there was just
As
a lot of
I've
issues
said.
with that.
As I've said, it's a shitty map made by people who don't have the survival skill.
Indeed. Okay.
Though I will point out for my own navigation, I do have. I don't have a local map, but I do have a star chart, which gives me a +2 to navigation
Okay.
at night. I also have a compass, which gives me a +2 to navigation.
Okay. The only kind of landmark I guess you pass before you hit the river that you don't pass past, but you at least get within sight of is the tree. Looks interesting, probably worth investigating at some point.
Cool.
The unusually large tree, and it's on its own. So
Yeah.
If nothing else, building something up there would be useful. Imagine the view would be significant.
Well, if it's dead, they can't complain if we cut it down.
Well, yeah, there was that. Yeah, get plenty of wood from it. So you get to the river, which you need to cross. Yeah, I mean, basically, kind of your best bet's probably to camp and cross in the morning.
About what time do I get to the river?
You'll get to the river late.
Yeah, well, if it's not like dead dark, I will walk along the river to see if I can find a ford. If not, I will camp.
Okay. You'd think there probably will be a ford somewhere, but it might take you a while to look. It's ranging from, certainly the stretch you hit is kind of 30, 40 feet across. So it's, it seems to be, there's definitely kind of a bank though. So it's kind of, it's a definite drop into the river and then a drop and then basically kind of climb the other side. So it's going to be a bit awkward with the horses. Yeah. It will be worth your while to search in the morning for a better crossing point.
Yep, cool. I'll do that then.
Okay. Okay. Right. Mordred.
Yeah.
That evening, Drek basically is returned and looks to get your attention.
Yeah, it's like, all right, how did things go?
Master, I found the two humans looking at this.
You'll inspect whatever he's speaking of. Indeed. Well, it does appear that the Master Lucio is just going to have to be confined to his tent.
Yes, Master.
We'll have to see it done. An unfortunate turn of events, but it is for his own good.
As you say, Master.
He'll go to the Iron Wings. And he's going to say, there's been a bit of a change in plans. It is unfortunate that I must make this proclamation, but it is for the safety of everyone that Master Lucio must be confined to his tent in order to, to prevent certain enemies of ours from, seeing him. He is to be well protected, well guarded. So that does mean that the two of the three of you remaining will have to be his protectors. Till Hastus returns, whenever that is. Then we can discuss this problem in more detail. Any questions?
None.
Very good. Let it be so, and Mordred will go back and he's starting to think about why are we keeping this guy around. 50,000 gold could feed a lot of people. Could feed 65 quite a bit.
Yeah. Mordred is aware that he does actually have a bodyguard.
Right.
Who
Yeah.
hasn't left the tent, from what you can tell.
Yeah. I'm actually going to ask to see his bodyguard as well.
Okay. How are you going to do this?
He'll send in one of the Iron Wings and say, like, hey, I need to speak with Tullen.
Okay. Tullen will come out. Mordred, how can I help?
Tullen, I've had to make an unfortunate decision today, and I'm hoping you'll understand. It's for the safety of your charge. He produces the new wanted poster, and he says, "There are those in camp. Yes, there are those in camp that would want to take advantage of such a reward, and so perhaps it is best that the Master Lucio has some, shall we say, restricted movement for his own safety, as well as the rest of us."
Well, my good friend Quarrick is always with him, and Quarrick is a capable bodyguard for certain. But I see your point. This will attract a lot of attention. I've heard of another settlement to the south,
Serendipity, yes.
further from the road. Might it not be an idea for maybe Master Lucio to go on a journey? We are, after all, really quite close to the main road here, and not exactly difficult to find.
I did just send Alara to that settlement, I believe. I am going to consider that. However, for the time being, I believe that such a transport is not feasible. But when she returns, perhaps I can loan the horse to Master Lucio, and perhaps some sort of disguise before he leaves.
Perhaps it might be how it's presented to Master Lucio. If it was presented as another settlement opportunity, somewhere where perhaps once he leaves the tent and looks around, if this serendipity is more substantial or has some actual buildings, then perhaps Master Lucio may decide he's happier being there anyway. I'm not sure how amenable he is going to be being, how should I put it, so close to so many of the low station.
Well, I wonder how amiable he is to being turned in for 50,000 gold, if that is his opinion. I don't believe he'll be very keen on that.
Master Lucio, I have observed, is a remarkably optimistic man. He's not easily put off, I would say.
I'll see what I can do to persuade him. Like I said, I have some time before I have to present this to him.
Yeah, I'm simply suggesting selling it as an opportunity.
Yes, I will consider this.
Because there is supposed to be another settlement. I'm sure Hass mentioned something about it.
Yes, I've heard about it. Perhaps when Alara returns, she can give me a better of a report on it. As a matter of fact.
Of course. He is almost fully recovered. So he will want to be more active in the days ahead, and probably this will free me up in terms of my ability to assist in other matters. I've discussed it with Quarrick. Quarrick's skills are more narrow, shall we say, in terms of protecting a Master
Right.
Lucy. But I have some small skills with the alchemical art may prove helpful. I can even bake bread.
So I noticed. As I said, I am understanding that he'll want to be more active, but he will need some confinement and protection, given that his face has quite the coin to it.
How far is this other settlement from here?
If I remember correctly, it was a couple days' travel.
Well, would be further from the road.
Then it might take a few days extra, then, to be sure.
Well, I leave it with you, Mordred.
Yes, I'll definitely be considering the trip and how to present it, but there are other matters I must attend to as well. So until then.
Okay. Anything else you wish to do this day, Mordred?
I'm trying to think of like what other problems need solving while I'm here. Basically just waiting to see how my investments are turning out. How the hunters will do when they come back. And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Just kind of seeing how my investments have turned out.
That's fine. Okay, Alara. You'll wake up and you're searching sort of in this in this sort of vicinity for a crossing point, yeah? Hello?
We may not have an Alara.
No, hang on.
Here.
He says he's on mute or something, so I'll buzz him.
Oh, okay.
You're indeed.
I guess I could, I don't know, work on cleaning the latrines. I don't know. Get some of that smell out of here.
Yeah, that's an option. That is an option. Maybe considering the people you actually have and how they might be used, apart from hunting.
Well, problem number one is getting the people fed, so that's why the hunters are focused for me right now. Getting those meat racks made by some carpenters, I'm definitely arranging that. Granary, we have a granary. We have. We do need to work on those farms. I don't know where to start on that, though.
Well, the thing is, the people that you would use for that are out collecting the wild grains. So
Right.
So that's the thing. The useful people are over contested, and the not so useful people are under contested.
Yeah, we've got
It-
idle hands, and I don't.
It was
don't know what
ever
to do.
that. Okay, well, I'm going to assume you kind of mooch along. Following morning, Alara, you get up. You're going to look along the river for a suitable spot for you to cross. You don't find an easy crossing, or a kind of a ford, whether natural or artificial. But you could certainly look to find somewhere less arduous to cross, and then I guess you need to cross. For which I would look for a ride check. Are you on the line, Cam? No, he is still muted.
I see his image flashing, but nothing's coming out.
He's on the call.
Maybe his microphone kind of bugged out when he tried to unmute.
Oh, I see. That's just. I see. Okay. Oh, that's mildly irritating. Okay, well, we'll have to roll because I know what I was intending on doing, but unfortunately it relies on him coming back. Cam, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sorry, I just have the headset off.
All right,
Talking to
fine.
somebody else.
All right, fine. Okay, so what I was saying earlier is Alara doesn't find a natural ford or a man-made ford, but she finds somewhere that's kind of less arduous than others. Can I have a ride check, please, as you're going to need to cross with your two horses? I mean, I would assume you've not kind of travelled substantial distance to try and find a ford.
I'd give it an hour, maybe an hour and a half, but
No, so if you're travelling with that time scale, then no. You'll find somewhere that's easier, but you won't find somewhere which has a sign saying "Ye Olde Ford." Do you have a ride skill?
Yep.
Okay.
19.
Okay. Do you have any bonuses that can add to that?
I think so. I'm not so much on the building characters to have the things. I'm very difficult to unseat, though. I do have a military saddle.
Okay. Okay, the current is slightly stronger than you expected. If it was just you and the one horse, you'd be fine. But because you're having to guide the second one as well, that's making the crossing slightly trickier. Can you please make a second ride check, please? You're not in favoured terrain or anything like that, are you?
Favorite terrain is forest.
Okay. All right. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to ask for a strength check, please.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. The current has just swept the trailing horse off its feet, and it's now swimming furiously, but it's now pulling you and the mount you're on awry.
Yeah, I just cut it away.
Fine, you're cutting it away. Fine, and the horse then kind of starts swimming and floats down the river. You're able to get your horse to the other bank. The horse is slightly kind of unnerved by that experience. You kind of keep an eye out for the horse you had to cut loose, and it seems to be looking for basically a point in the bank where it can most easily get out of the river. But the currents, yeah, it's quite strong here.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Are
will
you gonna trail down and try and
yeah, I will trail down and try and get the horse.
fine? Okay. Well, this kind of delays you a bit. You pick up the horse. Yeah, the horse is
Not really in a state to double move today.
correct, and might even be lame from that.
Okay, well, I will do what I can for it and walk it today.
Okay. All right. You travel on into the afternoon, going kind of uphill. These kind of hills are quite rugged. As you kind of climb upwards, you get a glance behind you of that river. It looks like it kind of curves inwards and then seems to be flowing. So kind of the river you crossed it kind of to the north of you, but it then seemed to kind of curve around to the west of you now.
Okay.
So
I think I've gone far to the west of Serendipity.
Well, you're not sure because you're kind
Yeah.
of you're looking at the map and you're looking around you, and it's definitely off. You may actually have ended up okay in the end. You come across a set of hills that are a bit higher than the others, and you notice kind of a rather curious almost kind of ruin on top of one of the hills. Looks like it was clearly something a long time ago. That kind of got kind of creamy kind of stone that's kind of cracked in the floor, but it doesn't seem to be in that bad state. There's been quite a few rains, but there's definitely something happened here. Maybe a fight. You come across a skeleton. It's been picked pretty clean, but it looks like it was some kind of really large dog or wolf, but it had to be a really big wolf. So there's was some kind of fight here, you think? while back now, a few moons ago, but this kind of ruin on top of this hill, this looks really old.
Okay.
It's kind of curious. Probably the sort of place you expect someone like Mordred might be interested in, maybe.
Okay.
Okay. Standing up here, you're at quite a high point, and if you look direct east on the horizon, you get a view of something on the horizon. Is that some kind of building? It's on these really tall, these two twin hills, really tall, much taller than where you are now. There's some kind of, looks like a building on it. Maybe that's it. You don't know.
Okay. Well, I will. I'll head in that direction, I think.
Yeah. Make a perception
Okay.
roll. Make a perception roll, please. Hello? Can you make a perception roll,
Yep.
please?
Yep.
Ooh-wee. Okay. As you look around on this high point, you look down sort of southwest of you, and you're just making out the outline of what kind of suggests is quite a big lake. And as you scan across it, sort of going now almost south on that horizon point, the lake ends and there's kind of a patch of lower lying land by the lake, and you're sure you can see something down there. It must be pretty big, whatever it is, because it's a long way away you're looking at. You know, it's a good, I mean, you're up here pretty high, but it's a good, well, it's well over 10 miles to the horizon point from where you're on. And yeah, there's definitely something down there. It's kind of lots of creatures, maybe. You're not talking about, a few animals. You're talking about dozens and dozens of them. And there's some other objects as well. Might not be animals. Are those wagons or carts of some sort? And you look, yeah, those animals, they look like they're ponies or horses or something, but there's dozens and dozens of them.
Yeah. That looks like something I would at least attempt to check out.
Okay.
Heading in two directions is difficult.
It is. You have what looks to be two unusually large hills, almost slightly odd looking actually. Now you're looking at them from this distance. With this kind of building on it. That's kind of direct east from you.
Yep.
And then sort of southwest from you, you've got this kind of mass of what looks to be kind of ponies and carts, but a lot.
I will head towards the carts, I think.
Okay. And you head towards the carts. All right. Okay. As you get as you're kind of going downhill, so you're on a really good vantage point. You can, you're getting closer, but you're losing elevation. So there are kind of times where you kind of miss sight of what you're looking at. But as you're getting closer, it's kind of massive carts and ponies, and it looks like it's kind of somewhat organized, so it's not just kind of a random configuration. Okay. Hiram Donovan.
Present. Although I can't quite do the higher voice right now.
You're familiar where we left you last time. What was your intentions after what happened?
Let's see. We met the creepy ghosts.